So they're all out in Iowa, folks, okay? And the President of the United States said Kirsten Gillibrand would do anything for a campaign contribution. Now, there's 10 days away or they're 2 weeks or whatever, but they're right on the edge of their very first Democrat national debate, primary debate. So Kirsten Gillibrand, she yelled at the camera last week, remember with the town hall, whatever it was, almost 8 or 9 days ago, about the NRA, okay? And we find out the, look up, Josh, I want to see how many articles come up. The shooter, the black male shooter, and I don't want to report this if it's not true, so I want to see if a couple articles come up. But and you won't find them from any of the, like, NBC or anybody like that. But the black male shooter in Virginia Beach, just do a Google search and see if it comes up that he's a Muslim. Say, is he a Muslim? I think he's dead, so I think he's a was. Okay? And see what it said. But anyhow, she screamed NRA and gun control. Now, remember Trump said she would do anything for a campaign contribution, and the media went nuts. Oh my God. What do you have here? You have that ready, Josh? This is 5 seconds of your life you're just going to love. Yeah.
Gay rights!
Play it again. Play it again.
Gay rights! Gay rights! Gay rights! Gay rights!
All right. Love is brave, folks. So, Josh, just every once in a while, I just have to throw up gay rights. Just every gay rights. Gay rights. She will do anything for a campaign contribution. Did you find anything on what I asked?
Not much.
Okay, we'll stay away from that for right now. That's developing. So we have the Gillibrand works gay bar to celebrate Pride. I'll tell you what. And here's what's funny. I don't have the picture up, but she goes for the butch look. I know, maybe, I don't know, is that wrong? She goes for the butch look as she's walking around. Okay, so let me go through some of the articles I have left here. Mexico and U.S. officials to meet for tariff talks. Now, the media has gone nuts, absolute nuts, over the fact saying that there's very little, okay, in the talks that happened versus, let me go to number 20, okay? Number 20 there, Trump claims victory in tariff tiff with Mexico. Well, the only thing they could do today is they can go in the Wayback Machine and finding all of these demands that Trump made in previous, agreements. But Mexico went home and said, yeah, really? Okay. Mitch McConnell's already told us you don't have the appetite for it. We've been told in secret, undercover, don't worry, Mexico, right? That's what we've been told. And then all of a sudden, Trump says, I'm going to slap the tariffs on you. And you got serious. You got real serious. Things got real. Things got serious real quick. Or you got woke. Is that what they did? Mexicans got woke. Right? I don't know how it works. But I will tell you this. They ran up here and decided to make a deal. And they're going to send 6,000 Border Patrol. I think what happened with Pence and all of them when the Mexicans ran up here to make the deal, he said, look, Monday morning, Mexico and U.S. officials talk to meet about trade. The media will not tell you today. They won't talk about Mexico came up here, all right? And they were here for almost a week, trying to do everything they can to stop this Monday morning a tariff going in place. They're serious. Trump is serious. These people take Trump serious around the world. All right? So when the media tries to tell you all day today, well, nothing new happened, Trump's claiming victory over something that's not real, that's not true, folks. They came running. If they already had the deal, if Mexico already had the deal, and they already agreed to everything, why did they come up here last week? Why were they up here? Why were their officials, their economic secretary of economics or what, the economy or whatever their departments are there, why were they up here? Because Trump was serious, folks. He was serious, and they knew it. And they knew they had to make the deal last week, or this week it was going down. And Trump's going to put a stop to this. This is a crisis coming across this border. A crisis. And guess what? In 2018, the media led you to believe that Trump was lying, but he's not. Never did lie to you. Oh no, kids in cages, right? Let me see. Oh, by the way, we do know lessons from the Mueller report, presidential obstruction, and other crimes. That is what's on your official, what you pay for, your official, okay? Lessons from the Mueller report, presidential obstructions. Today at 2 p.m. in the Rayburn House office building, Washington, D.C. Presidential obstruction, lessons. Going to get some lessons. So let me see. The lessons will come from none other than number 16, John Dean, former White House counsel, number 16. Who else is number 16? He is also a CNN hack. CNN pays him. He's on CNN's payroll, all right? Going back to Mexico for a minute. Number 18. Trump claims victory in tariff tiff with Mexico. Kevin McElhaney. He says this is new stuff. I'm down there. This is new stuff that the president is forcing them to do new stuff. This is a game changer that he's saying. Okay? So let me go to this. Another thing. So we have that. I've got a closer, folks. Not ready for it. Hold on. I almost had it. California lawmakers moved to expand Medicaid for illegal immigrants. This was June 7th, yesterday. California Assembly voted 44-11 in favor of a bill last week that broadens state Medicaid coverage to include illegal immigrants to the tune of more than $3 billion annually. Who has this money? You don't have this money, $3 billion annually. Where will they take it? For property owners. I live in Gilmer County, Georgia. They don't stop taking it from us property owners. Our county, our state, the federal government, they never stop taking it from the property owners of this country. You soon will not be a property owner. You watch and see. I got people thinking I'm damn Looney Tunes. I had a property tax discussion with somebody one day concerning the evaluations of your property, how we gave that to the government to tell you what your property's worth. And if the evaluation goes up of your property, you get to pay more. You get to pay more. And you should actually send a thank you letter in saying, hey, thank you for taking my house from $100,000 to $150,000, where that gives you, excuse me, that was the Kathleen Sebelius cough into your arm. So anyhow, sneeze. But that gives you the opportunity to take more of my money. You will not be a property tax owner. You will not be a property owner in this country much longer. I know, make fun of me all day long. Bear. I wish you would do Bear drops the Ingram angle at Tucker Carlson tonight. This was out at 6/6/19. Corporate giant Bear has made the decision to stop advertising on 2 primetime Fox News programs, according to the anonymous source familiar with the decision cited by reporter Judd Legum. All right? So that's being reported out there. This was on the Daily Caller. I wish you would look at Bayer Pharmaceuticals' background in World War II. It's a German company, and I wish you would look into. It's hard to find, folks. They'll make it hard to find. But because of World War II and because of Nazi Auschwitz, we could try to get the name right, Auschwitz, because of Bayer Pharmaceuticals' role in killing Jews, I know, right? For the Germans, they were not able to operate. You could buy a Bayer aspirin was the name, but they were not able. Their corporate offices are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and for years they were not. Were they Merrick? Now they were some pharmaceutical company. I forget the name. They were not able to operate in the United States of America under the name Bayer Pharmaceuticals. That's right. Look up Bayer Pharmaceuticals, okay? We talked about the DHS freeze 5.5 thousand illegals in just a week, all right? Can Trump win Pennsylvania? We've talked about that. This is a story goes back to this is the Atlantic, not that I trust the Atlantic on all of their reporting, but Anna Gorman and Kaiser Health News. This was March 8th, 2019. I was just reading about homeless, and medieval diseases are infecting California's homeless. Tuberculosis, the list goes on. All right, that's a nasty, nasty people in this country. All right, this is the last one. Folks, the reason, and let me say this, the reason the media, every single thing, what you got to do is you got to write down, what are they yelling about today? Okay? And then you got to look and find what is the opposite. Tariffs. What is the opposite? The cheap labor, trying to crash our economy. List goes on. What's the opposite? So, Donald Trump's financial, okay, records, his tax returns, his financial records, his business records. We must have them, must have them, must have them. Why? We must have all of the books on Deutsche Bank and how allegedly the Russians funneled money through Deutsche Bank to get us, get Donald Trump loans through, right? We got to have that. Why? Start looking up Hunter Biden and Christopher Hines. Christopher Hines is the stepson of John Kerry, Teresa Hines' son. Former Congressman John Hines, I think it was John Hines of Pennsylvania, that died in a helicopter crash outside of Pittsburgh. He was congressman in Western PA. Point being, Hunter Biden is Joe's son. Christopher Hines, start looking this up. Look up Rosemont Seneca, okay? All right? Look up the direct loan from China to this organization. Biden's son, okay, Hunter Biden, traveled with his dad on Air Force Two, our plane, to China. No one has the deal that Rosemont Seneca got in China. No one. I think it was a $1.5 billion loan they got from China, the government. Joe Biden is vice president. His son has no background in this. He has no background. Rosemont Seneca. Start looking it up. Then start looking up Thornton Group. Okay? Start looking up the Thornton Group. The point is, Biden's son and the money they got from China and the deal they got from the Ukraine, but the money from China, okay? That's why Biden said China's not an issue. I got that covered. Because if you find Deutsche Bank and Trump and the Russians, my God, you can manipulate the country into thinking that Trump has committed more crimes, right? So everything they yell. See, Deutsche Bank couldn't even get this deal from China. Couldn't even get it. Here Biden's son rolls in. They create this little corporation, and they roll right in, get off the plane, $1.5 billion deal. You better look every single time the media screams one direction for their swamp. You better look at what they're actually trying to divert you from finding out. I'm your host, BKP. I had other stuff, but that's our day. We got to get ready for instant replay with Lauren Hunter and Dave Garner. You can find their sports show on Team FYN Sports Facebook page live at 10 o'clock. I'm out. I'll be back tomorrow morning.